Really happy with the win. Our guys, our goal was to be 9-2 after today, and we're 9-2. And these games, you always worry about them. Bags are packed. Energy level, atmosphere is not what it normally is. But I thought our guys did a great job, and I thought the crowd was really good for a 12 noon game on a Tuesday. I was impressed. So appreciate everyone coming out. But happy with the win, and a little break here for our guys, and we'll be back at it Christmas night.
Coach, towards the end of the first half and going into the second half, there was about a 7-minute stretch where you guys were 3 or 14 from the field. In that same span, USC Upstate was 5 and 8. You have a couple of these scoring drives are normal, but can you kind of comment on that? Was there anything that was it just kind of like a lag in the game where you guys kind of just lag behind a little bit, things got a little hairy after that?
Yeah, I got to figure that out because it's been multiple games where we haven't ended the half the way we need to, and we very easily could have been up 18, 16-18, but we're up 7, and that's a whole momentum shift going into halftime. And even coming out in the second half, I thought we were lethargic, to start the second half, and then they end up getting the lead at the 11-minute mark, I believe, up by 1, and now you're in for a dogfight. And after that timeout, in the 10:32 or whatever it was, 10:52, our guys came out and closed the game out.
It seems like it's from third game at home, from St. Francis, Marshall, and here. It kind of seems like you had mentioned, there was kind of like a lethargy. They kind of lag behind a little bit, things get a little hairy, and then the game kind of cuts closer than it kind of seems from like the outside it's going to be. Kind of what, like you had touched a little bit on that. Is there anything more that you think might be playing into that? Is it just kind of like something in the moment, or just kind of maybe underestimating or overestimating opponents? Or
Yeah, I think it's more maybe us just focusing, locking in, and like you don't want to overreact because we've won 8 of our games by double figures, right? And the St. Francis PA game was 3 points, so those lulls, instead of winning by 15, you can win by 22, right? So, and I think that's just the maturity of continuing to grow. I love where this team's at. We have a lot of room for growth, and excited about heading into max play.
It seems, in terms of growth, exponential growth, in terms of Mark Sears, 33 points today, career high for him. What kind of comments do you have on kind of his performance today, and in the combo now he's averaging 22 points per game? Like, is there anything to comment on, just his performance?
Yeah, I think he's a really good player, and our guys do a great job. When you have multiple guys who can score, and he's got the ball in his hands coming off a pick and roll. He can shoot the 3, he can drive in the lane and finish at the rim. He can, mid-range is really good. He had 6 offensive rebounds tonight, so he just scores in a multitude of ways, and he's not one-dimensional. And I think, one of his best attributes, he's probably a 90+% free throw shooter. And to have the ball in his hands and be able to get to the line like that, that's where the great players separate themselves. They get to the free throw line, and 10 for 10. This is multiple games where he's had double-figure free throws. You feel really good about it.
And not to overshadow the other guys, Ben Roderick, Carter, all of them had double figures today too. Kind of, what does that kind of say about this team, where you can have one really stand-up performance, but other guys who are doing just as much, or think you're doing just as much?
Yeah, I thought the balance was good. Obviously, Ben Roderick's been struggling. Great to see him hit his first shot, his first 2 shots, and then hit a huge 3 out of the side, out of bounds play. Play we ran against Virginia last year, got a big bucket off of. And, he's been putting the time and effort into it. Ben Vanderplas didn't have a very good first half, but he had a really good second half. And, I think just the balance of our guys, different guys can pick up at different times, and I think you saw what happened. I thought our bench was really good, especially in the first half. We didn't play them much. We played Tommy and Sam in the second half. But I thought AJ had a big tip in there in the second half. Offensively, big dunk on the baseline, and those guys are going to continue to help us.
I saw IJ Azuma kind of got a little bit more time too today. Only 3 minutes, but got 3 points.
Yeah, 3 really good minutes. He got the points, but he set a great screen. He rolled hard. He got AJ Clayton a wide open 3 because he rolled hard. I thought he competed defensively, And, we're going to continue to work him in our lineup. I like the rotation we have right now with the 4 guys off the bench. And, the thing with it is, you're going to trust Mark, Ben, Vanderplas, Jason Carter, and try to get those guys rest. But, when it comes crunch time, Tommy Schmock has closed a lot of games for us this year. So I like our rotation right now.
You guys are perfect in non-conference play while in Convo. What does that kind of say for you guys going into MAC play? Does that kind of breathe a little confidence? Is it just kind of like a different ball game? Where do you guys kind of stand with that record? Is it in your mind at all?
Yeah, I mean, one of our goals is to be undefeated, at home. And, in order to win a league championship, normally you got to win all your home games, split your road games, and you'll be in the mix. And I think for us, protecting the home court is big. The previous games we've had great energy, great atmosphere. When the dance, band, cheer, students are there. Obviously, today I thought was a really good crowd for a Tuesday noon game. And, protecting your home court's big.
And, your first MAC opponent's going to be Eastern Michigan, I can't remember off the top of my head the games last year, but kind of what's the expectation going into this? You guys will be going into Christmas, coming back, kind of preparing for that. What's the workaround for that? Kind of in this weird transition week for the holiday.
Yeah, it's different and difficult, but, I want my guys to go home, spend time with their families. I think it's important. And to have the maturity to come back. Obviously, with everything going on with COVID, it's a little scary as well because now you're forfeiting games if you're not playing. But, it's a new staff at Eastern Michigan, and, everyone starts with a clean slate. And I think for us, being the defending tournament champs, going to the tournament, there's going to be a little extra, when people play us. So we have to be ready for that. Every single game, no matter what the record is of the opponent, who's out, who's not playing. But, we got to control what we can. And I always tell our guys, don't ever get tired of preparing to win.
Just one last thing, kind of touching back on Roderick. He's, like we said before, he struggled a bit with this. He struggled with his 3-point percentage. He's 50% from the arc today. He's mentioned earlier in the season that, kind of he just wants to keep shooting until he kind of finds that stride. Do you think he's kind of found that stride? Kind of is this kind of like the first day of like an indicator that maybe he's kind of turning it around a bit?
Yeah, hopefully it is. And he's put the time and effort in. He's watched tape. He's got extra reps in. He's stayed positive. His teammates have been positive with him. And like I've said before, he's got so much equity built up in this program with what he's done in the past. We're going to keep going to him. And, I think the last 2 games he's done more than just score. He went to the boards twice and got fouled, a couple of times going in there, which were free throws that he hit, the 2. Played some good defense. He was a plus 22 tonight, when he was on the floor. So he's been doing some other good things too.
Mark, you set another career high, 33 points today. You've in the combo now, you're averaging like 22 points a game. Is this kind of becoming like a standard for you now? Kind of scored double digits every game this week?
No, it's not a standard. I just go out there, play ball, and my teammates trust me. And at the end of the day, it's all about the win.
You nailed 3 3-pointers today. 50% from 3-point range. Is kind of finding that consistency a little bit. You talked a little bit, earlier this season about wanting to just keep shooting on that consistency. Do you feel like you're kind of starting to find it again?
Yeah, definitely. I just think I got to shout out my manager, Nate. I shoot with him every day before and after practice. I mean, he's always pushing me to get work harder, and now shots are starting to fall. I'm just going to take this game and just kind of run with it.
Questions for both of you guys. You guys had that 13-point lead late in the first half. Things got a little hairy. They kind of shaved the lead down. You guys pulled back a little bit. They were wrestling with the lead a little bit. What kind of was going through your guys' minds through like that early second half when they were starting to catch up a little bit? You guys were kind of wrestling with the lead for a little bit.
I just think we didn't come out with the defensive intensity to start the second half as we should have, and it took kind of till the 10-minute mark in the second half that we really started ball pressuring, and that led to easy offense. But we got to really work on coming out of the second half and really picking up our intensity on the defensive end.
Yeah, basketball is just a game of runs, and we came out with the first punch, and then it was their turn, so we knew it was just adversity.
How are you guys kind of feeling now that you've won all your non-conference games at home now? Is this kind of something that's been on your guys' mind? Is it not really anything that's been on your mind? Is it just basketball?
I just say we take it day by day. We're trying to get better as a team every day, and the big thing before this game, we wanted to be 9-2 heading into conference play, and having momentum and getting this win was a huge win, and we're excited for conference play coming up.
Mark, you got anything to add?
I don't.
Let's shoot, they were fouling a lot in the first half. I think they had some like 15 fouls in the first half. You know, kind of, were you guys kind of trying to force that? Was that just kind of get them getting caught up in that? Kind of, what did you guys kind of see out of that?
Coach, he always preached to us, be aggressive. That means like driving in the hole. If you have to, pump fake and then go up. So really just being the aggressor.
There was about a 7-minute stretch between the end of the first half and the beginning of the first half. Beginning of the second half, where you guys were 3 of 14 with shooting from the field. How'd you guys kind of work through that? What was kind of the game plan on the fly? Did you kind of have to fix anything right there?
I would just say offensively, just moving more. We kind of got stagnant, and kind of when we threw the ball in the post, we weren't cutting, we weren't moving the ball. And then the second half, we really threw the ball in the post, and then that allowed us to run our actions. Then we got easy looks, and we made shots in the second half that helped.
You guys have been pretty good about passing the ball around. You know, once again today, you guys had, I think it was 4 guys scoring double digits. You know, how has that kind of diversified the offense a little bit? You know, trusting that you can have all of these guys, especially you more kind of score as you put off as many points as you guys can.
We just got a lot of options. You know, we can't really key in on one guy because, like again, we have a lot of options even on the bench with Tommy, Sam, AJ, IJ. We got a lot of options.
And what did you get? And kind of saw that, you know, like you said, Tommy, AJ, IJ kind of seemed like they really pulled away today. Kind of came in when you guys kind of stagnated a little bit. Kind of, what did you kind of notice out of, you know, like the young guys like AJ, IJ, like kind of how have they been progressing through the season? What did you kind of see out of that today?
I'd just say they work hard every day. I mean, they're in the gym 24/7, and they don't play like freshmen. They're in it in the rotation. They're doing a great job, and I'm just excited to see how much they evolve.
Last question for me. It's the end of non-conference play. You guys are going into back playing 7 days. How you guys feeling? Confident?
Yes, very confident, especially with the first game being here.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, conference play, kind of the intensity goes up a little bit, and we got to be ready to fight on the 28th versus Eastern.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.